You're speaking, right?
Hello, Gishila.
Hello.
Yes, can you want to start the prayer now because we have the prayer before teaching? You want to lead here?
Okay, sure.
Can he hear you?
Yes.
Okay, let me. All right.
Gishila want to start with refuge and bodhicitta, according to the screen.
So shall we start the prayer? Okay, taking refuge in bodhicitta.
Yes.
In the Buddha, and Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. Through deeds of listening to the Dharma and others may attain Buddhahood for the sentient beings. Let's do that 3 times. In the Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. Through deeds of listening to the Dharma and other perfections, may I attain Buddha for the benefit of all the sentient beings. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. Through deeds of listening to the Dharma and other perfections, may I attain Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requested to turn the veil of Dharma, not to manifest in it. I dedicate the merit thus created to all sentient beings. Mandala offering. This ground is anointed with the perfumes, the flowers, Mount Meru, the sun and the moon, visualizing it as a Buddha field. I offer it so that all beings may enjoy the purity. I request you, exalted and venerable Gurus, who have gathered the clouds of wisdom and compassion in the space of Dharma, in accordance with the needs of your disciples, that the rain of the vast and the profound Dharma thereby fall.
Gishila, can you see the Lamrim Chenmo here?
Not yet. Would you share your? I don't see, where is it? Actually, maybe
Can you see now?
Yeah, I can see now. Yeah. Okay. Let me do prayers in a little bit in Tibetan as well. 강기 투쟁이 전에 다와 단계 범위제 담비주는 또 제베 고단데 라창세라 아니 되셔 전화 구신이 제니제 텐제가 인다 또 나쁜 받은 신이 제니제 돈도 제바가 간다 된다데 남바분 나좀
You don't talk because
이들 잔주수 베주제 산제제는 용대 라창세 또 베타와나서 사제제지 군도 좀 베셔도 군에 쫄라창세 전에 주에 라ян도 라바타 라라더니 신게 담바 유네 겐들 라yan 찬자로 군조면 상회 탄제제 동하에 숨을 짜와 주네지 제인 싫어 바로 진로 태선 담배 졸라 찬자로 너무 라이게 달로 단누진게 조금더 남이 괜찮은 로가 군제 단누제 탐제게도 다게 주된 또 So Lamrim Chenmo. So we're doing Lamrim Chenmo.
Oh, yes, yes. You can see the first page, Ken?
Yes, yes. Lamrim Chenmo, the great treatise on the stage of the path. Homage to the Guru Manjushri and Manjung Shah. I bow my head to. Okay. What I'm gonna do. Um, I actually want to today give you the brief. Overview of Lamrim Chenmo and the practice in general and the daily practice. So I want to go over some of these you know, very essential kind of practice that you must include in your daily practice. So, or do you want me to go through just the text just like that or what?
I think Gechina is up to you. If you think it's better, you give the overview first, then maybe next week when we can start with the actual text, Ken?
Actual text, it's fine. We can still go through some of them.
Maybe you give your
So,
overview first, then if there's time, we start this week. If not, then we can also start next week. Yeah.
okay. Also, yeah. Let's just for um, yeah, just maybe I'll just briefly talk about the practice in general.
Mm.
So I believe all of you like are familiar with Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism and some of things like Four Noble Truths and 12 Definite Originations and like our seven limbs um, and the brief of emptiness and compassion, Mahayana, and also Tantrayana practice like sadhana, what you call self generations, and yeah. So I assume you guys are like familiar to those things, right? So anyway, the Lamrim Chenmo is um, it's some people Lamrim Chenmo is not very like I don't know, maybe it is like a compact of all the teachings. I mean, like a whole Buddha's teachings from samsara to nirvana, how we are ourselves propelled in samsara and how we then escape samsara, excuse me, to go to nirvana, and not only nirvana, going beyond nirvana is to become a Buddha, great nirvana they call it, great nirvana, with the practice of compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta. And then, in order to achieve that Buddhahood, we have another, like a more like a like a drastic or more like a um, kind of dramatic approach or swift approach that is, in other words, at the Tantrayana. So Tantrayana is believed to be a swift approach, a swift paths to access that, kind of enlightened, the great enlightened or Buddha natures that we have. It's all about using all the techniques to access that Buddha nature, to reveal it or to actualize that Buddha natures in a much swifter way than the general practice of Mahayana and Theravada practice or the foundational practice. So yeah, so Lamrim Chenmo, it's more like it's actually it's a very interesting. It's more like the authenticity of the teaching has been proven with all the kind of the quotes from the great masters. It's not just presenting you just randomly like the lot of things that you make up on your own. It's just there is a lot of proof, the reasons, and that other masters who have those master like those who are like prominent master have practiced them, and you follow this that like a right path. Because going to the nirvana enlightenment, there's no other path. There's only one path that Buddha has taught us. And the thing is, in modern days, if you have new things introduced, or you just invent things, then it's believed to be some kind of creative. But here it's not the case. You have to you must come, you must comply with or you must be follow the Buddha's the perfect path, because the Buddhas and those Bodhisattvas and great master are the only ones those who have been there in showing the right path. That's why we have to try, and as much as to in line with that particular paths and teachings that has been taught.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for that to be that to be understood correctly, then there's a lot of cultural and many other misconceptions or misunderstanding around those paths are everywhere. So that's the main reason that Tsongkhapa has to come up with the perfect stages of the path and the perfect understanding. And mainly he was talking about three lamchon namsum, or three principal paths.
Mm-hmm.
Three principal paths. Three principal paths. Ngenjung chansen yanda betawa renunciation, ngenjung changju jisim, bodhicitta, and yanda betawa, and the right view. So these three are the real practice that Lamrim Chenmo is actually presenting. And then that one also, how then it is related, or is it different from the teachings like Four Noble Truths, the 12 Dependent Origination? It's not. It's basically presenting the Four Noble Truths in a very relevant way. So that was also taught in the three different mental capacity of three different three different people, three different, like a person, or lower capacity or medium capacity or higher capacity to receive the teachings, to understand the teachings, or any kind of those teachings that are relevant for you, that clicks better for you, or that is more resonant with you. So am I audible enough for you guys to hear? I hope you understand well. We're still good, right?
Okay, I think we are still good. Anyone of you guys have any questions for Geshe-la? I think Geshe-la is okay. I think we both have some basics of the Dharma, so I think you can carry on.
Okay. Yeah, anything you can just in the chat box, questions or whatever in between. I will maybe end of the session we might have some question and answer sessions. So you can save those questions as well. The questions are very important so that I know what you guys are actually looking for. So anyway, that's the Lamrim Chenmo was designed in that way. So Lamrim Chenmo was also Four Noble Truths, let's say Four Noble Truths, suffering and cause of suffering, and then the path and the nirvana itself. So it was taught in the capacity of three person, like a medium, like a lower scope and medium scope and the greater scope. Lower scope, actually the lower capacity means that if you practice the Dharma just to benefit yourself in this life, or just for the success of business or things like that in this life, then it's not even a dharma actually. So that is not even um, just considered as the like a lower scope or lower capacity person. So dharma actually, the real practice starts from concerning about your future life, next life. So because we are going to this life, it was like a kind of preconditioned the whatever the karma that we have in this life to be ripe, and it will ripe in the way how the karma manages your existence. But in future life, we can also change. That doesn't mean that we can't do nothing. That karma is we created ourselves in our past life, and that actually governs everything. And at the same time, sometimes you can change karmas as well through your practice and many other practice. But some karmas cannot be like recreated, or cannot be fixed, or cannot be changed. So anyway, the karmas, like anyway, that um, next life, once you pass away, once you leave your body, and people, let's say people think about like next month I have to travel such as such a place, and where am I gonna stay, and who is gonna take care. All this, we concern a lot about those things when we plan a trip or anything like that. So, but we never concern about what am I gonna end up, what kind of life or what situations or what kind of the future life that I would have once I passed once I pass once I leave the body, this body. That's why we need to plan ahead, seeing that there's a life after this life, and you more or less you can actually manage that life with the practice like a Lamrim, to reborn in a higher realm, like human or like heaven realms. So if you're expecting that, if you are practicing the Dharma for that purpose, then that is the least capacity, the first, the small scope, person of small scope. Then if you further like think about the overall existence of life, not only just in life but the other life that you will reborn, lifetimes and life after life. Are you going to be born in samsara again and again? And you know the nature of samsara. That's what renunciation was taught first. First, you need to know the renunciation. That's why Lamrim Chenmo starts with, in general, start with the guru. Okay, we'll touch on that a little bit later. But in general, the teaching started from impermanence or suffering nature, and then find out the cause of suffering. So in many life after many lifetimes, would you rather be free from those sufferings of life, chain of sufferings over and over again like that, going up and going to the peak of the samsara, like long life, what is called long life deities, or going sometime falling down in the like a hell realms, like a fire, like a fire realms, like a fire, vajra fire, doji nyanyawa doji ting, yeah, vajra hell. So this cycle of from hell to the heaven, are you going to, like keep on uh, those cycle, or you want to reverse that cycle? So once you see the suffering nature of samsara, renunciation, meditation, that renunciation will help help understand the nature of samsara, and then you will have a kind of, you will be like, you will be more reluctant, or uh, they call it disgusting, nature of samsara. So you will see the samsara to be not such a good place to live, and you want to exit from samsara, you want to escape from that suffering nature. That's why suffering, like eight different sufferings, all these sufferings, and part of Lamrim comes. That's actually the on Info Truth. It's just the first two, suffering and its cause. That where the suffering comes from. Suffering comes from now. This chain of suffering, like a rebirth, the cycle of rebirth must be end. And that is, if you are like, your focus is on such that you want to end the recycle of the birth, that you want to go to nirvana. That is that is included. That is actually falls under the person of the medium scope, because first next life and then samsara of all. Now the last one, the highest one or the greatest one, a person of great scope, great capacity, mental capacity, is not only do I want to be free of myself from the samsara to reach nirvana, but I want to take everyone, all the sentient beings, to 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 go to bring nirvana for them. So they're taking the responsibility, taking the huge the burden of responsibility to liberate sentient beings from the samsara. So for that to be actualized, you need to practice like a compassion, loving kindness, meditate on it, and until it's become like a natural part of your mind, and then eventually the measure or the benchmark, because hallmark of whether you reach the levels where you will be called bodhisattva, or become like a become the entering the path of Mahayana, is determined by the level of compassion you have. The compassion is such that you are going to you are go as soon as you see any kind of sentient beings, it's a big or small, high, low, whatever, whoever you see, even the ants, even the insects, even the elephants, even the kings or the slave, whoever you see, you immediately, you instantly feel like they are your mother sentient being. You are mother sentient. He has been your mother, your only child for many lifetimes, millions of lifetimes. You have been like a attached, or you have been protected, and you have been raised by them, and lots of they even to the point where they even actually sacrifice a life for you, not just once, for many, many millions of times. So you want to generate that thinking, generate, that thoughts, and then you will then come to the point where you feel like you want to repay their kindness, reciprocate that kindness. So that is to eventually to be able to, for you to be able to deliver the nirvana for them. That's why I must not only only dwell myself in that nirvana where there's no, there's just you yourself in there enjoying such kind of a blissfulness, the bliss of that nirvana, but arise from that nirvana without compromising the nirvana, and you want to serve the sentient beings in any capacity, in any possible ways. That is, you are rising from there without compromising the nirvana itself, and rising in a form that is kaya, or three kayas. So what we call three kayas. Yeah. So Dhammakaya or Rupakaya, Dharmakaya, Rupakaya. From Dharmakaya, you rise into Rupakaya, so Kaya, or the Buddha's enlightened body. So that's how Lamrim has been taught, like a first, second, the lower one or medium one, and the great capacity. And also, it teaches the suffering nature. What is the suffering, and what is the cause of suffering? For that, the misconceptions around the self, what brings you back to samsara all the time, what propels you in that, kind of hell realm, or in samsara in general, and then addressing that cause is the path, and then after this path, and what you're going to get after practicing that path, what the result you will get is the nirvana and the Buddhahood. So that's four noble truths has been taught in Lamrim. And essentially, like a renunciation, like I said, indicated earlier, renunciation, and Nginjung Chansi Yanta with our three principal aspects of the path: Nginjung renunciation, and bodhicitta, and the right view. So those are the, 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 the essence or the crux of the teachings of the Lamrim text. And then Tsongkhapa also added things like, let's say, the Guru Yoga, and it starts from Guru Yoga, actually, the Guru Yoga, or the adhering to the Guru, and then before the impermanence practice, there is a precious human life. So these two things that Tsongkhapa didn't add it just randomly. It is also a great practice that many great masters did. But the mainly start from Four Noble Truths, like started practice on the suffering, impermanence, natures, all these things. But before that, since we are human beings, human life is so precious that we get such a luxury of the practice that the human beings get to see and understand and receive teachings. Buddha came, all these things such a make that human the birth is very precious. Not only just that, but that the design, the way the structures of our body, the energy were like aligned in particular ways that have a special, that is a very kind of a unique way to access that subtle mind through the physical, even the physical applications, like physical applications that has been taught in primarily taught in Tantrayana as a path. It's not an excuse. So it's the path that has been used. Tantrayana using all kind of all kind of the possible aspects of the paths that are intrinsically there with our five senses. So using that, and actually eventually to gain a control, such a control of your like a five senses, through using their, actually through using the pleasure of those kind of senses that experience through the sense. It's like using the poison to eliminate the poison. So it's like that. So that's a very high level of practice that actually His Holiness said it's just once in a million who is able to do that. But anyway, that's brief way of Tantrayana. So so Lamrim Chenmo first started with Guru Yoga, and then the precious human life, because of the nature, because of the natures of the human body, human mind is such that are very conducive for the practice of Dharma in all in kind of all the levels of the teachings. Let's say even the mindfulness that is very popular nowadays. Mindfulness is just breathing. It can be practiced in associated with a general practice like Theravada mindfulness. Breathing. You breathe. Focus on your mind. Focus on the breath, and then it's just become a concentration. and then gradually you will see the natures of the breathe, and then like a mindfulness is like a body mindfulness. Mm, so some body feeling with mind, yeah, so this mindfulness of body nature, body sensation, breathing, feelings, and mind itself, all those things practice become in what's so called Theravada practice or Hinayana practice or in general practice or foundational practice. Then from there, not only just your body, but you literally putting your thoughts or putting yourself into the other sentient being's body, putting yourself in the other, seeing things, experiencing those things and from other sentient beings' body. That's now become practice of Mahayana. And then that mindset, some mindfulness, same breathing, all this, the points, you focus on the sensation here and there. These sensations have its own like the energy. That energy goes with the subtle energy. That subtle energy actually been accessed through the tantra and the practice and visualize or rise into the deities. So that's how tantra comes. So grosser level of consciousness, subtle level, and subtle energy, wind energy, chi could be maybe the right word. I'm not sure, but that energy, each sensation, each like a how to say the sense, the faculty of the sense, or the sense has its own subtle mind. That subtle mind and the subtle energy, subtle wind energy, that subtle energy has been, be accessed and utilized and rise into deities. So Buddha's eyes, Buddha's, even his like a hand, his hair, all of his Buddha's the part of the body is capable of perform the deeds of the Buddha himself. The one Buddha's parts of body, one let's say a fabric of the building blocks of the Buddha's body. One single atom, his body has the capability to perform the functions of countless Buddhas. That's how you go there. Yeah, that's a brief understanding of the Lamrim, how it started like that, how it is associated with the Four Noble Truths, what is the three principal aspect, and also 12 dependent origination. Now it's going to be too much, but let's see. And then maybe we go from this first text for first page a little bit. But before that, let's take some questions if you have questions, or some clarification you need or in between. Okay. I don't know if I'm still doing all right.
Anyone have any clarification you would like to Sheila? Okay, one of the messages say all good, thank you. So if
Yeah.
okay, I think we can proceed. I think Geshe, we can proceed for the time being. It seems that they at least one of the participants says all good. Do anyone have anything? Please feel free to unmic, and then you just clarify with Geshe lah. Yeah.
Gisela, this is Christine here.
Yes.
Yes, I think Gisela, it's better Gisela finish the teaching, then towards the end, maybe just spend 10, 15 minutes for questions.
Yes, that's also a good idea. So I will now go through this text a little bit, and then we'll see. Let's say, get the checker, put the checker. yeah, maybe towards the end the session we will do some question answer. Yeah, that's really good. But so far, I mean, like, okay, let's let's do the text first a little bit here from prologue. Homage to the Guru Manju Goshas. So, well, homage to the Guru Manju Gosha, and the Tsongkhapa always start with homage to the Guru Manju Gosha. Manju Gosha is like a jumble young Manju Gosha is actually Manju Gosha or Manju Gokha. Some read it like Manju Gokha. Manju Gosha. Manju is like a Manju Shri is the real Jampel. Jamyang, Manju Shri Manjampel. Actually, the Manju means in Sanskrit. Manju means like a soft, like a sooty. And Jampel Yang, Jamyang. And Gosha probably mean like a young, or that means tune or melodious or something like that. So anyway, it's Jamyang means Jamyang, the very soft tune. It's almost like it's a melodious, very soft tune. So which actually Jamyang means in relation to his name, Manjushri's name. He got this name because of his the brilliant his brilliant capacity, technique to liberate the sentient beings through his his teachings, his eloquent his teachings, which are very soothing to listen to. And then it's almost like a playing like a melodious tunes in your ears, and it's very soft to your heart to listen to. So that's actually the name Manjushri means. But it but Manjushri himself is a deity, is many there's many ways to look at him. He is just Bodhisattva at some point, like Bodhisattva. And then from the Tantayana perspective, he is already Buddha, himself become a Buddha. Manjushri actually help all the Buddhas to become a Buddha. So that's why Manjushri is at some point referred to as a deity of like wisdom. That's in general, that's the understanding. But here, Tsongkhapa specifically choose Manjushri is not just because to represent the wisdom itself, but Tsongkhapa have a lots of gurus, like more or less 200. So later on, Manjushri himself become his guru. Tsongkhapa was always guided by Manjushri, even to choose some paths to go around, like which path you choose. If you choose this path and this road, and you will meet with such and people, and they are very helpful for spreading the Dharma teachings. All these things, even small things like that, are being guided by Manjushri. Let alone the big things like some sophisticated the philosophical understandings, and the practice and the paths, principal parts of those practice. That's how there's always homage to the Guru Manjushri. Literally, it says Guru Manjushri. That's one thing. Another thing is in the Tantra and the practice, since Lamrim has got a lot of elements of Tantrayana, Guru Manjushri means Guru is your teacher. Guru is someone who you receive valuable teachings like empowerment, or you don't have to receive empowerment. Any teachers that touch you specifically, like very you feel a special connection with. Those are considered to be like a guru for you. And so guru in Tantrayana practice, for some reason, guru needed to be seen as one as the deity. So whatever the deity choose that you have, like a Tara goddess. If you have a Tara goddess as your personal deity, then you will see your guru as a one with your deity Tara. So your guru become Tara, Tara become your guru. So inseparable nature of guru and deity in Tantrayana is very important. It's actually the most important practice than anything else actually in Tantrayana, because in Tantrayana they are highlighting the faith part and using the power of your mind to generate those faith, and then through which you receive the actual blessings and protections, the transmissions of from Tara herself or Manjushri himself. Just by seeing your physical teacher or guru, you felt the presence of Tara and deity. So actually to blend very well with the invisible deities with the physical guru. But to find that guru, you must need to check on that guru for a long time, long enough to be able to take him as your guru, to be able to take him as your guidance, or such that you're never gonna get upset even he is so mean to you, like that, like a Milarepa's story. So that before that you have to choose carefully. Oh, that's your job. If you didn't do that, they say don't find the teachers like gurus like what do you call this? Chi the Lord have a like dog all of a sudden found like a meat. Don't jump here and there. So you must check on the teacher as to whether you are capable of, seeing them as a guru, taking them as a serious guru. For us, like we can become like a Dharma friend. Like I learned from lots of my gurus and also my classmates in the monastery. We discussed this in Lam Rim and other philosophical texts for 18 years. Yeah, more, now 20 years. Been sharing, learning, you know, uh, yeah, like that. So yeah. So anyway, this it become a dharma friend. We've become a dharma friend each other. So don't necessarily look at like myself as a guru or like that. You have to examine. You have to check. You have to keep eye on their behavior and their everything for long enough to be able to the point where you see them as a really bodhisattva or guru, or like a Buddha, or some sort of higher beings that you can rely on in terms of guiding you through the samsara to nirvana. So that's why the homage to the Guru Manjushra has come. Okay, so now let's maybe go. I bow my head to the chief of the Sakya, whose body was formed by 10 million perfect virtue, whose speech fulfills the hopes of limitless beings, whose mind sees precisely all objects of knowledge. I bow. Shakya Gyabo. Okay. So it's a homage after this homage to the Manjushri Manju Gosha. Then we have the Buddha Shakyamuni himself. So phrasing, remembering the Buddha Shakyamuni's good qualities. So it's bowing your head means in Tibetan chaktsel. It's not like literally like a bowing your head. It's chaktsel. Tibetan it's chaktsel. Chaktsel means it's more like paying respect, paying homage. I pay respect to, I don't know why it's above my head. It's it's kupi du. Kupi du means Kupi do means maybe I'm just bowing down a little bit to show my respect, like that. And another word, chaksel, yeah, shaji jabu dilo kupi do. Yes, kupi do. Yeah, do could be sometime, yeah, bowing, bending a little bit, bending your body, all to show respect. So anyway, Shakya Gyabo, in Tibetan it says Shakya Gyabo, chief of Shakya, king of Shakya, it says Shakya Gyabo. The Gyalpo means king, literally, but it could be the chief of Shakya. Why he's become chief? Because he was born in Shakya clan in India. So Shakya clan, he become a Buddha. So he's come from that Shakya and he's the chief. He's the holiest being in that Shakya clan. He's the, yeah, yeah. Where he comes from, that shows where he comes from, the Shakya clan, and whose body was formed by 10 million perfect virtues, and whose body was formed by 10 million perfect virtues. So Buddha's body formed by um, Buddha's body formed by 10 million perfect virtue means in order to achieve Buddha's body, let's say Buddha's, like there is a, in Abhisama Alangara text, there is what do you call, send the pages sambo. Send the pages sambo, 80 signs of Buddhas. And send the page, yeah, pages of 32 marks of enlightenment and pages of the 80 80 marks of Buddha's enlightenment body. So anyway, those are why it is like a 10 million, 10 million and like a, it's 10 million perfect virtues. It's just, it shows like a countless numbers of the virtues that Buddha accumulated over many lifetimes, like a millions of lifetimes. Actually, they said in order to become a Buddha, you have to accumulate merits for over like Tangme Sum, three countless aeons. So after three countless aeons, you become Buddha. After three countless aeons, you become Buddha. So you accumulated virtues for as long as three countless aeons. After that, you become Buddha. That means, in order to achieve Buddha's, let's say, eyes. There is a specific, some of Abhisama Alangara text specifically address the cause of why Buddha has this big, like a longer arm, or like a on the teeth and the nose, and particular shape, particular figures are being, the cause of them are being taught. Yeah. So these are like because of these, the perfection, the perfect virtues or virtues, including six perfections, has been practiced for over like 3 millions, not 3 million, 3 eons, 3 countless eons. It's that the culminations of all this practice, you are ended up in achieving such a body as Buddha's body. That's why it is body that is formed by 10 million perfect virtues, whose speech fulfilled the hopes of limitless beings. Of course, speech is speech. And then speech, the speech that actually addressed the root cause of the suffering. From the very root cause of the suffering, from the heinous, from the very gross suffering to the very subtle suffering. It addressed all of these, the underlying, the cause of the sufferings and eliminate those cause, eliminate, uproot all these, the root of the sufferings. That's why his speech fulfills the hopes of the limitless beings that are actually looking for achieve the ultimate happiness and to get rid of, to remove, to overcome the suffering, not only just the gross suffering, sufferings of all kind of levels, like like a mental suffering, like a even you are like a enjoying like a enjoying like a happy moment. That happy moment sometimes become a cause of suffering, and it itself sometimes some of those pleasure that you feel are somehow become a suffering. It's a cause of suffering. So even those sufferings are very well addressed, and then find a ways to actually overcome those natural suffering, nature of sufferings, and to fulfill your ultimate the ultimate achievement of happiness. So some of the happiness you don't even consider as a happiness are being clarified and meticulously the thought, the path, how to eliminate, path as to how it become as nature of suffering, and how what are the ways to eliminate them from our just general understanding to a more subtle and more complex understanding, more sophisticated understanding, and approach them through a simple path in the beginning, and then going to access some of those, like a higher practice, like a subtle mind, like that. So that's that only Buddha was able to, like a dispel that kind of, darkness. Only Buddha was able to guide us right, rightfully, like in a correct way, in a perfect way. That Buddha was unmistakably guided us through to the nirvana, and others they do. Others teachers, others teachings do talk about the nirvana, all those things, but they will end up in samsara, again. But Buddha's teaching actually going beyond the samsara and reaching to the nirvana perfectly. So perfect teaching, and it will fulfill the hopes of all sentient beings. And that is limitless, whose mind sees precisely all objects of knowledge that become after going through all the paths and grounds, 5 paths and 10 grounds, you will eventually reach to the enlightenment. So once you reach the enlightenment, enlightened mind, you become omnipresent. That's why you become you have omniscient mind. So it's become all-knowing Buddha, sees precisely all object. So that's lots of Buddha become omnipresent. In Tantara, it make a better sense. Let's say if you are now thinking about place like America or in China, the mind can see the America and China at the same time, actually. So that ability of the mind has been accessed and actualized, and that energy, that mind, like the mind travels, like mind goes, the subtle mind will access that ability, and then that subtle mind functions from that depth, from that place. That's why omnipresent. Omnipresent is very much possible from Tantrayana perspective. Once you access that mind, the ability of the mind, that can be present everywhere. And then with that mind goes the energy, the mind rides on energy. That is wind energy. That wind energy or energy, the moving energy, it become a Buddha's body. That's why where mind goes, Buddha's body is there. Then it comes with the sounds, mind energy and it produces sound. That sound has become speech. So you are omnipresent like that. So that's I think it's explained better in Tantrayana, Tantrayana context. It is also taught in the Sutrayana context as well. But Sutrayana, Tantrayana are not like a separate teaching. It's one. It's like a stone steps to one another. One supports each other's ideas, each other's practice. Let's say Sutrayana mainly practice like a emptiness and renunciation and compassion. Without renunciation, the emptiness is not going to make sense. Oh, it's empty. Oh, that's interesting. That's all. But if you have renunciation, then you know the nature of samsara. From the nature of the samsara, then you want to, you have to receive that. You need to access that path. Need to find a path that leads to nirvana. So that because of the renunciation, because of the understanding of the suffering, then you're willing to go to nirvana, and emptiness. Emptiness will, will serve that fulfill your wish to go to nirvana. Okay. Nirvana. Yeah. So where are we now? 9. Okay, we only have half an hour now. So shall we take some questions from here? I want to leave today. Maybe I'll leave more time on the question and answer so that I'll know, what you guys, what's going on in your head.
If you feel to unmute yourself if you have a question.
And also just let me know how audible and how understandable my language. You must lower your expectation. My English is not like that great. Yes.
Venerable Geshe-la, my name is Christine. I would like to actually know how did this Lamrim Chenmo comes about from Lama Tsongkhapa? He got these instructions from Lama Atisha? And how is the history that actually comes about?
The Lamrim text, Lamrim is like a graded path. It initially comes from Lama Atisha. Lama Atisha put it in a very simple way, like a first, like a 3-person, divided into 3-person. Atisha was asked. Atisha, yes, he's a great practitioner. Yeah, he's like a great tantrayana practitioner. He's a yogi. He's a scholar, and he's been not only just a scholar, but a top scholar that has been respected or followed by all different traditions, all the different schools of thought. So Atisha was, when he came to Tibet, and his student, one of his the principal disciple, ask others ask a lot of teachings like Mahayana and Dzogchen, all kind of things. The one of his student, the principal disciple, Domtomba Jevijuna, asked teachings about the general understanding or the Jamru or the taking refuge, all these things, general understanding. So Atisha was so touched by that, because that's the real how you start the teaching, not just big things. Randomly you pick up something and then you are not practicing the path, the way it needs to be practiced. That's why Atisha tried to, since he's such a great scholar, the best top scholar during these times, and even in Nalanda and also Takalashila, these universities or monasteries. So he was trying to put these things together on a bite sides, for the people, beginners to understand, and then you can go at more extensive as much as you want later on. So it starts from him first, 3 person. So Tsongkhapa strictly followed this, the Kadamba. That's its Kadamba tradition. That's actually come from Atisha. Not only just Tsongkhapa, all the Tibetan, like, uh, schools of thoughts follows the Atisha himself. So Tsongkhapa then what he did was that he actually, after like thoroughly, extensively, learn all the Buddha dharmas, the philosophical understanding, Tantarayana, Mahayana, all these things put in together. Then he eventually want to put them together like Atisha did. So he put them together in that way, and he make it like a complete, not only just briefly touching, like Atisha briefly touched on them, yeah, but it's still like a complete one, very brief. It's got only 4 pages, yeah, 3 4 pages, briefly taught. So Tsongkhapa actually and like enlarge it, or it's just elaborate on the paths to make it very very clear for the general practitioner, or who doesn't have a time to practice all these complicated philosophical things. So to put it in this particular way, at the same time his writing is brilliant in Tibetan. You can see the sharpness, at the same time his kindness, how dearly, how compassionately it's been taught, and how brilliant his mind is. He actually, you can see all these kind of, not like what you call this, beating around the bush, some of those things that are beating around the bush. He remove all these unnecessary things, and each and every words, each and every statement can actually resolve a lot of other doubts. Just referring to some small text that shows he has gone through all these texts, and he knows all these texts and all the debates, and this, the quote from there clarified lots of doubts like that. So this is brilliantly putting together philosophically. It is brilliant. From the just experientially, it is brilliant, and in wording and everything, it's become like his heart, what it calls, heart drops of the practice, or it is the, what do you call this, some nowadays people call it pit instruction. Pit instruction, it is the pit instruction. Yeah, I hope it does it help. Did I, Christine?
Yes, thank you, Venerable Sheila. If there are no others having question, I would like to have another question.
Sure.
Just now, Geshe-la went through the prologue with all the salutations to the gurus, to the Buddhas. I have gone down, I have just jumped a bit here, that it has mentioned about the profound view and vast deeds. I hope I'm not like jumping the lesson, but I would like Geshe-la, if Geshe-la can kindly explain what do you mean by profound view and vast deeds, as in the 2, 3, 4, I think in the 4th paragraph that comprise the key point and the profound
Yes.
view and vast deeds. Yes, thank you.
Yes, that's very good. I don't know if we will be able to go through each and every word like that. So that's good. I actually gave you all the Lam Rim already. So you just can jump ahead and wherever you want. But anyway, here is like what I bow to Dipamkara Atisha, bearer of the treasure of the instruction, that comprise the key points, unmistaken and complete, of the path of the profound view and vast deeds. Yeah, that's of the paths of the profound view and vast deeds. Yeah, that's what I would like to you guys do is just every day you just read them right? Every day, one page of Lamrim. If we're starting from, this, okay, anyway, just read them every day. So towards the end of on the weekend, you might have a questions. You can keep those questions, and then when I quickly go through them, I may not be able to go through each and every detail. But then, if you have questions, then you can ask me, and we can clarify on that. So here, what is of the path of the profound view and vast deeds. Profound view and vast deeds. Profound view and vast deeds is sabada jachava. In Tibetan, it's a sabada jachava. Yeah, sabada jachava. Saba means the depth. Yeah, jachava means like a wide. I don't know. Jachava means it's like a. Yeah, it's vast. Yeah. So here, the profound view and sabada jachava means it could mean many things, but there is sometimes profound view or sabba means only one thing. Philosophically, when the strictly it refers to maybe a couple of things, not everything. But in general, profound view, it could mean also the understanding of the impermanence. Impermanence. It's a profound view. Interdependence. It's a profound view. And of course, the emptiness. There's, let's say, the way how you see the things is a profound view. So this could be referred to many things, but philosophically, if in our debate, impermanence, the understanding of the view of the impermanence is not a profound view. So profound view only refers to emptiness. So emptiness, in order to understand emptiness, you need the understanding of the logic, the reasoning, different ways of understanding it. Let's say seven ends or seven different logics and how the logic works. And then like a dependent, how dependent origination has been taught. What is dependent origination? Dependent origination in terms with the nature of the things itself, and the relative things that are these are dependent on other factors or itself, the different aspect of the things itself, or different components of itself, and other factors, perceivers, and how it's been perceived, dependent on the perceivers, perception to make it what it is. So all these things are dependent outcome, but still, dependent originations are not called profound view. Profound view only refers to emptiness, right? Sabada jachava means now in other understanding, like in many tantra sometime, Saba means Sabada jachava. It actually Sabada jachava actually means like maybe in general it means, you heard about this. I hope I'm sure you understand that. Tap the shirap, tap the shirap, tap and shirap, wisdom and method, tap she. So it also represents that shirap. Shirap is profound. Tap is like a vast, the profound and vastment, that the vast deed. What is like it's like to put it in a simple way, you're very intelligent, that is wisdom. Intelligent, then use it in a wise way. The activity is become vast deed. So in general understanding. Also, it's like, then it's like when it comes to, sometimes it comes down to wisdom and compassion itself. Compassion is become good, like compassion has become vast deed, and the wisdom itself become profound. So in that case, it's like, in simple words, you are being so kind and you are being very so intelligent, like kind and very wise. the kindness is here become like a vast deeds, because the kindness will do anything and using your intelligence to help other sentient beings. So kindness will become the become the cause, or become the driving force behind all the crazy things you might do. That for to save the sentient beings, you might destroy something. You might go against the rules, or you do all crazy things. If your compassion is such that so powerful that it actually generates such as what seems to be what appears to be violent sometimes. That's why compassion become a vast deed. So it's a, it's a lot of understanding to it. And then also in general, profound means like a emptiness, or the dharmakaya, the ku dharmakaya, the profound dissolve into that, the subtle mind, the ultimate, the ultimate, the primordial wisdom is the profound, and arising from there and presenting yourself in any form, shape, or color to help sentient beings, even you manifest into like a bridge to cross the road, light to, and to brighten the darkness, and food to fulfill your hunger, water to fulfill your thirst. All kind of things are manifested from there is vast deeds. So that's that's how you understand the profound deed, or the profound view in vast deeds. In simply put, profound view, understand the right thing, do the right thing. So that's that's how it must be practiced from the rudimentary level to the subtle level. From the rudimentary level, general understanding, be kind, be intelligent, nice and active, and then go down a little bit deeper into the understanding of the emptiness. Yet you see everything as sentient beings capable of experiencing suffering. Once you see emptiness, if you see it in a wrong way, then just kill sentient beings, it's empty, no problem, no karma, nothing good. So this misunderstanding is there. So that's why you go a little bit deeper in understanding of emptiness, yet sentient beings are sentient beings capable of experiencing pain and suffering and liberation, and then go more deeper into the primordial wisdom. From there rise into all kind of possibilities of the existence on the yeah. Yeah, that's really good questions.
Thank you, Venerable Geshe-la.
Yeah. Okay. Jebani, Guba, Gubani. Okay, we only have what? Probably 10 minutes. I'll take one question, and then we do the dedication prayers, and then we conclude these sessions for today. And hopefully, I pass my test.
Okay, thank you, Geshe-la. I think I will try to share the prayers for teachings now. Okay, dedication teaching. Yes, prayers after teaching. Geshe-la, would you like to lead us? The
Sorry.
Thanksgiving mandala offering.
Yeah. So that means we don't have any questions, right?
It's the last chance for anyone to have questions. If you have any questions now, please say, or else you have to wait until maybe next week for yourself. So anything, anyone?
You can also, like, I would like to, hear your feedback, like, as to how you want to go through the text, or, however, if I need to change something, or how audible this is, because I only use the laptop inbuilt, what you call this microphone inbuilt. I don't know how audible it is.
Vishela, it's me again.
Yes, yes.
Maybe Gisela can, just my suggestion, maybe Gisela can inform the students of the class. Let's say Gisela, next lesson, intend to talk about the maybe Guru devotion or the precious human rebirth. So
Mhm.
just let the students know so that they can read up. And then when the class comes, Gisela can take the questions
Yes,
and
yes.
explain instead of like going line by line, because I know the Lamrim Chenmo has 3 volumes. If we were to go line by line, page by page, I think we would take few years to finish. So
Yeah.
this is just my suggestion.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. So, like, yeah, we'll definitely do that. And these, I would like to focus on the general and also a little bit of that text. So, yeah, uh, yeah, we'll actually discuss maybe more later with Kungala, and then how he will, send out the notice. Okay.
Okay, then in that case, I think we will proceed with the mandala offering and then the dedication prayers.
Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, this ground is anointed with the perfume, strewn with the flowers among Mount Meru, the 4 continents, sun and the moon, visualizing it as a Buddha field. I offer it so that all beings may enjoy this pure. Idang Guru Rena Mandara Kane Yata Yame. Long life prayer for His Holiness. In the snowy mountains paradise, you are the source of good and happiness, powerful. May you stay until samsara ends. Praying for our teachers' perfect health. Praying for our teachers' ageless lives. Praying that their works will grow and spread. Bless me never to part from them. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, so that I may also be able to bring all beings to this very enlightened state. May the precious Buddhi mind, not yet born, arises and grow. May that born have not declined, but increase forevermore. Just as the blessed Buddhas of the past have dedicated, just as the blessed Buddhas presently exist in dedicating, just as the blessed Buddhas of the future will dedicate, I also humbly learn, follow, and dedicate likewise. In the regions where the supreme precious Dharma has not spread, or where it has spread but then declined, may I illumine that treasure of happiness and benefit with a mind deeply moved by the great compassion. May anyone who merely sees, hears, remembers, touches, or talks to me be freed in that very instant from all sufferings, abide in happiness forever. For as long as space endures and for as long as living beings remain. Until then, may I too abide to dispel the misery of the world. May I be protector for those without one, a guide for all travelers on the way. May I be a bridge, a boat, and a ship for all who wish to cross the waters. O venerable compassionate Guru, we seek your blessings that all karmic debts, obstacles, sufferings of mother sentient beings may without exceptions ripen upon us right now. May we give our happiness and virtues to others and thereby invest all beings in bliss. I will do in brief in Tibetan as well. So, yeah. Chanjo sanjo rinpo je ma je pa ta je je wa nyamba me pa yin kong ne kong do be wa shi. Tonye dendo rinpo je ma je pa ta je wa nyamba me pa yin kong ne kong da be wa shi. Pa den la me pa ta pa la ki je zang yang wa ta me je. Jin ze le ba do ne me gu je la me chen la sin lan jo pa sho je wa kong da yang da la ma da de me chu je pa la long ju. Sa da lam je yun de rab zon. Do je jang ge gong ba nyo do sho. Jiting yan be jakang tamje mene chune sese tumbaso Montu mege goba gujune tsirine medeji tembar sho. Jababa ve chitra chambana kundo zambo tian tijende teta kunji jesu tala jeke wanda tanda rabdo mo kanira ve kowe shinga so pena dewa. Jumen chere zawan tin tin janzo ye jabe sinde pado tenjo ji.
Okay, Geshe-la, I think we can end the session now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much. Thank you,
Geshe-la.
Anna.
Thank you,
very much.
everyone.
Thank you, Geshe-la, for the teaching. Thank you.
Thank you.